All right, here's some critique for the draft of Project 6, Stationery Project. And we'll start with Ben's. Um, Ben, I love what you've done, your logo. Just adding that S helps make that typography gives it an identity. I think I would simplify what you've done to your logo. Uh, for example, take the stroke off of the I's and the S. If you really think that you need the stroke, then what if you only had a stroke instead of having the color? Or what if the stroke was that color, was red? Um, I wonder about white for contrast. The red does contrast nicely, but I don't think you need the red and the white. I really like this side of the card, this front side. I like how clean that alignment is. I love that you've used some proximity to create groups and relationships. I like that your logo is large and coming into the side so it's not trapped. I wonder about simplifying this side a little bit. Leave the logo as it is, for example, but what if Spectre Skate was written without those S's so that it's the same, kind of like Ben Murphy is here, so that it's white, Spectre Skate. Or I guess you could try red, but keep it simple so that there's focus here. Right now, there's some competition for power, I guess, where the viewer wants to look here and then here and then here, and then it's not sure. There's this triangle, and make a clear hierarchy on this side of the card, kind of like you've done here. There's a nice, clear hierarchy. Looking at your logo larger here, the thing that I'm wondering about, and you can try this, maybe it won't work, but I'm wondering, what if you took this maroon color, not where it's really dark, but the lightest color of this maroon, kind of like in the middle of the card. What if that color was in here, and so you did this white outline with that maroon color. I wonder if that would work. Then the white could create the contrast. Anyway, just a thought, and try it. If it doesn't work, go back to something that does. But I think this maroon color is a lot more mature. This really super saturated red feels a little childish, or a little, I don't know, childish isn't the right word. But, unless it just doesn't feel like it's quite the right mood for your message. Your stationery looks so different from your business cards. Do what you can to make them look more unified, more thematic. I like that your font stayed similar, or stayed the same, and that you used that color here in your name. This is probably my favorite part of your letterhead, because you've repeated the color and the font from your cards. But notice how you've got an old style font here in your body copy, and then all of a sudden you've got this sans showing up out of nowhere. What's that from? Give me some more consistency. I think this is a cool idea, but why not make it repeat better what's on your card? Why not make a shape down here that has that maroon color in it, or maybe that's pure black? Why did your skateboard suddenly become transparent? Don't make it transparent, because it's like it's not there. It's not supposed to be there. Let it be there. Okay, let it be there in its full glory. It's not going to interfere with our letter. We can write a letter and still have that skateboard there. If you're worried about it interfering, then make it smaller. It's not really a watermark. If you want to make it a watermark, I suppose, make it really big and a lot lighter. If you don't have to box things off with these lines, don't. You didn't use any lines here, so where did those come from here? I'd like to see more repetition. I've said that, so I'll be quiet. All right, Ashley, this is great. There's maybe just a couple of things I would encourage you to think about. But you've done a really nice job. I love how unique, you use that circle. We don't see the circle, but we see the shape. Anyway, you've done some really great things with alignment and with contrast. One thing that I would consider is moving this home decor down a little bit. It's a little crowded with the shape there. Give some space in between the white and the blue. But this card looks so clean and so professional, so unified, so thematic. I love it. Same thing here. You didn't just put lines here, but you put little circles which repeat this theme that's in your logo. You've given us contrast and strong alignments. You might consider bringing this over so that instead of this aligning with the edge, it could align with the logo, kind of like you did here. You might consider not having both of these dotted lines. Do you really need them both? Because it traps some space where you could have it open and free. You might consider having these dots go all the way off. Although I like that this is a strong ending place, a strong alignment place. Maybe over here where the alignment isn't as strong, just let the dots keep going, or trim the edge there. Beautiful job. Well done. All right, this is Kelley's. Kelley, I like what you've done with your logo. Be careful with spacing so things aren't crowded. Right now things are really tight and kind of jammed together. They feel the JA and the ON feel like they're really pushed in there and kind of claustrophobic. Same thing here with the arrow, right up against the edge and right up against the edge, and oh man, it feels so crowded. And right here, crowded. That corner, crowded. Please don't let it feel crowded. This is an interesting shape. I don't think it works for the business card. It cuts too much of the card off. You'll need to rethink this shape. And I think you need some of your color. So you've got color here, but you've made it transparent, so we never get the full glory of this blue and green, and it's never anywhere on this card. Also, it looks like you've put a stroke here or made this really thick and kind of chunky and heavy, but here it's better. This one doesn't feel right. Do you need both of these logos? Yeah, I don't think so. It's just taking away white space here. Also, it looks like you've like outlined your black text with white, and that's not easy to read. And I don't think it's just because it's small. It's just not easy to read because it's got a stroke on it, and it changes the outside and maybe even the inside of some of the letter shapes. And this doesn't feel like it's designed. It doesn't feel like it's done. Your logo looks really good. I like what you've done with it. But you're not taking any of the kind of the sweetness that you've got here and applying it. So what's the personality that you get from this? Let that carry over onto your card and into your letterhead. Right now it's not there. So keep working on that. And maybe color is part of that. You'll need some contrast. At least you have a strong alignment here. Use proximity. Use the principles of design to inform your decisions. Hope that makes sense. I think that's where I'll stop this video, so I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you guys in class on Tuesday.